What's up, camp people of YouTube? My name is Ahmed, and welcome back to another show, another review of a TV show. The other day, I was just scrolling Netflix and I found a show that seemed kind of interesting, so I started watching the episode. It's called Dabba Cartel, and I saw the first episode. I was hooked onto it. Shabana asked me playing one of the characters in the TV show, and I'm like, okay, I've got to watch the rest of the show just for her. And I wasn't disappointed with the kind of TV show that it turned out to be. Okay, so the premise of the show is very interesting. It's five women running a cartel, basically a drug cartel throughout the season, and they're using the Dabbawala service, the very famous Mumbai Dabbawala service, as a front to run the cartel. Just that was able to hook me onto the rest of the show, and the way they use the characters, the way they use the dialogues, and the way they use everybody in the show to narrate a story that's gripping from the beginning to the end. And the reason why I say that they're using five women is because over the span of the 8 or 10 episodes that this show does have, they build every character individually. They build every character. You meet the characters played by Shalini Pandey, Nimisha, and Anjali Anand, and Jyotika, and then you meet Shabana Azmi's character, and each of them are very interesting. And the reason why I'm saying interesting is because they have very different reasons why they're doing this, and the motivations of each of the characters to do this is justified, valid, and some of them are doing it for respect, some of them are doing it for money, some of them are doing it because they've been doing it for a while and they know how to figure out a solution to any situation that they're in. And that's what I liked about it. Like, there are core motivations for each of the characters, and they're just not randomly thrown into a bag and expected to work together. So the director Hitesh Bhatia does a very good job in creating these characters, giving them good motivations, giving them smart dialogues to work with, and at the same time what it does is write great dialogues for them so that the characters' interactions feel real. Like, there was a moment that really stuck out for me was when one of the characters was talking to her friend who's a cop, and the friend is hiding something from the cop, and the character is being sketchy, but at the same time the cop is not giving a lot of concentration to the kind of sketchy behavior her friend is doing. And that kind of, like, both the characters as an audience, what the characters are going through and why they're acting the way they are, but at the same time you're like, okay, this makes sense, because if I didn't know what the other character was doing, if I didn't know what my friend was doing, and if I asked him a question that did touch a nerve, I would not want to pry too much into it as well. So as a friend, you kind of back away from a situation, and that's what the show does, that it kind of creates situations that are real and have human connection to each of the moments. And that's why I think this show is probably in the top 3 or 4 shows that have come out in the last couple of months for me. Now, the reason why I say top 3 or 4 in the last couple of months is because few shows for me have an impact that lasts more than a 3-month span, because then I kind of forget about the show existing until I see an update about the show. And because the number of shows that I watch regularly are so great that sometimes I've seen a great show and I've forgotten about it entirely until someone has asked me about whether I've seen the show or not. So I think Dabba Cartel is one of the few shows that I would recommend that you watch because of the way it has been constructed. The story is really great. It's about 5 women taking the forefront of a TV show that I have not seen a lot of people talk about, a lot of people actually deal with. So overall, I think this is one of the few shows that I can highly recommend that you watch. And if you've seen the show, please leave a comment down below and tell me what you liked about the show, why you think the show worked for you. If you haven't seen the show, please go watch it, come back and leave a comment down below, alright? So I think that's been my review. I hope you enjoyed the review. Peace, and I will see you in the next one.